my YouTube friends. So I get in a lot of inboxes from the women, the men, and they want to know how I keep in such great shape. Obviously, I'm over 40 years old, and I'm under 70, but let's not get into exact age just because it really doesn't matter. They want to know how I get such a flat belly. They want to know how I got developed arms, nice chest, and generally just keep it in shape. They want to know. So we're going to start today with a simple ab workout. Everybody's abs are the same, whether they're flabby or they're in shape. It's all the same. You just have to get to that in shape point. Now let me tell you something. I got a six-pack. Whatever. But I got about 3 pounds of blubber on top of it. The reason being is that if I get thin enough, and I can, I've done it many times, it's a matter of diet and exercise. If I get thin enough that my six-pack shows, my face gets really gaunt. I lose a lot of cheek. And everybody asks me if I'm sick looking at my face. So I keep the 3 pounds of blubber on. My face looks nice. Handsome guy that I am. And maybe I'll give you a high contrast shot in a second, and you will see that indeed the handyman does have a six-pack under 3 pounds of blubber that makes him look healthy. Because let's face it, if you're lean enough that your six-pack is showing, you're either dieting to get that way or you're sick. Let's get into our quick ab routine, and I'm going to show you how anybody, I don't care how bad a shape you're in, how anybody can flatten their stomach and get some what they call core strength. So you're able to do things, and everything starts in the core. I mean, you can work on your arms and your legs and the calves and this and that, but if you ain't got it in the core, you're not going to be a strong person that's able to take care of himself and scare the bad guys away just by looking good. Besides, I'm really handsome and stuff. So the whole thing with the core workout, you have to start. Okay, you got to get motivated in the head, and you have to start. Even if you can just do 3 sit-ups the day you start. 2 days later, you're going to be doing 4 sit-ups. 2 days later, you're going to be doing 6. And maybe the next week, you're going to be doing 10. And it progresses on and on. So you don't give up hope. You realize that if you haven't done a sit-up since high school and you're over 40, you're not going to do more than 2 or 3 without like thinking you're going to die. But if you keep it up, which I would suggest every other day, 3 times a week, you get days off in between. And give your body a chance to heal and the muscles get strong. In 6 months, you're going to be doing 90, 100, 150 crunches, ab moves, whatever you want to call it, you know, every other day. And you're going to be flat. You're going to know you got a six-pack under your blubber. And at that point, it's just a matter of getting your blubber down to a level where people can see that you actually have a flat stomach. I'm not saying get it down to where they can see that you have a six-pack, because like I said, that's a whole nother issue as far as health and well-being. Get your head ready. Start whatever you can. If you do 1 or 2 the first day, look at it 6 months down the road. This ain't going to happen overnight, my friends. So I have a simple little table here, and I have a couch there. I'll sit on the simple little table and tuck my toes under the couch. Then I'm locked in. Once you're locked in, my friends, your toe is under something to lock in. It's just a matter of busting the moves out. Whether you're starting with 1 or 2, or whether you can do 200 like me, we're just busting moves. So I just get nice and solid on my little table, toes locked in, and I just start busting moves. Put everything out of your mind, relax, go back as far as you can, work on your breathing, inhale down, exhale up, everything out of your mind. This is a time for relaxation, this is a time for yourself. If you want to get tricky, you can put your arms way out, which will give you more weight. Breathing's important. Inhale down, exhale up. And put your hands back behind your head. You can start doing, these will help with your pat, whatever they call them on the side. I'm not good with names, everybody knows that. But those muscles on the side, you could start doing some of these and then go back to the regular. And I like in the hang time too, I'll often just sit for like 30 seconds like this. Sometimes I'll twist to get those back loosened up, those side muscles. And just keep it going. It's important to keep your form. So you want to always concentrate that your back's straight and that you're not like, you know, all curled up like this and stuff. You want to keep your back relatively straight, head relatively straight. Now, we could start doing like, if you get sick of that, it's a little boring or something, you could start doing stuff like, you take like a barbell, free weight, whatever, something heavy, gallon of water, hold it on your chest and do them. The further up your body you hold the weight, the more it's going to affect. So if you want to hold it behind your head, it gets really good. But that's a more advanced for you guys. Of course, as long as you got the free way out, or even if it's a gallon of water, a couple of curls never hurt anybody, which is going to develop all your upper arms into your shoulders and stuff, but that's not. Now, I have two devices that I didn't purchase. One was given to me by one of my customers, an older guy. It was a little too rough for him. The other I found curbside, was in great condition, except the foam was ripped at the top, and I just taped it. And I think they call this the Ebb Rocker. Even if you buy it on the internet, I think it's only like 40 bucks or something. That's really good. That gets these top ebb muscles, the Ebb Rocker. Because it's basically like a crunch machine that keeps your body in the proper position for good crunches. And then I got this Ebb Rocket. This is the one the old guy gave me, the Ebb Rocket. And actually this is pretty good for doing floor sit-ups because it kind of cushions your back, gives you something to sit on, and again, it keeps everything lined up in good form. So I also use both of these too. I don't know if I would have spent the money on them, because I'm not endorsing these products in any way other than to say that yes, I've used them. It's not my main reason for that. It's the table that does the flat, but these are nice because you get a whole different thing. So again, I'll lock my feet, keep my knees slightly bent, and I'll get on the chair so it's right. Again, hands behind the head. Keep in a good form. Breathe in and out. In on the way down, out on the way up. Bust yourself out another, whatever you're capable of. If I'm doing 200 every other day, that's what I do. If I'm starting out, and I'm telling you, when I did start out doing this a couple of years ago, I'd be lucky if I could do 2 or 3 without thinking I was going to die. That's Ebb Rocker. Again, there's no endorsement here. It's just to show you that there are aids, and that one does indeed work. This one's a little bit of a contraption, at least it looks like it. But once you figure out how it works, you just kind of get down inside of it, and there's a cushion. You put your head on the cushion. You hold it here, but you don't use your arms for anything. You just put them here to get them out of the way. You're not like pulling yourself up with your arms or anything. And you can either keep your knees a little bent or a little flat, or actually do it both ways. And basically what you do is you're doing crunches, and it's for the top abdominal muscles here. And you hold, and down, and up, and hold. But again, I'm not using my hands for anything. Using the upper abs for everything. And all this really does is keep you in the proper form. So you don't end up like if you weren't using it and you were doing, you might end up bending your neck too much. So this kind of keeps your head on the cushion. And you could do them like quick. Or you could do the up and hold. And you could also like pick your feet up off the ground while you're holding. And that'll help with the lower abs. And I'll tell you, when I first found this thing, like the first time I used it, I did like 10, oh my God. And I was already doing like 150 ab moves a day. And I started doing this, and because it was affecting a whole different set of ab muscles, the top ones, than those other, the table routine or that ab rocker, man, I really felt it. And you keep your feet up, you can like move your feet around and down. Okay. So ab rocker, ab rocket, again, there's no endorsement at all, I'm just showing you. You can do all of these exercises if you concentrate on form. You can do all this stuff without these devices. And again, I didn't pay for either one of them. Either gifts from customers or curb find, reclaimed ab rocker, you know, whatever. All right, so keep your motivation up. That's the most important thing. Start from whatever your starting point is. Consistency every other day. Consistently commit for like 6 months. You know that the handyman's going into a little fitness thing here. If you like it, give me the like, send a comment, share it with your blubbery friends. And if I see that I'm getting views and shares and attention, basically attention, if I see that I'm getting the attention that I so badly desire and crave, I will do more working on the upper body, on the arms, on the body, whatever.